Hey there friends! After 9 months down south, we're back in the North Island for some adventures to places that we've never been to. We often hear from folks that the North Island is so much busier and isn't as beautiful, but we want to show you that that's not true. It's not hard to get remote and isolated in the North Island, and getting off the state highway system definitely helps. And let's be honest, the South Island has its busy places as well. But the sceneries and the landscapes between the North and the South are so different that you can't really compare them, which is the gift of New Zealand. So much landscape diversity, and both islands have their unique and stunning places to explore. From the South Island's magnificent mountains and lakes, what a treasure, and the North Island's stunning beaches and coastlines. But we've been travelling and camping for years, well before we ever started this YouTube channel, and we know you're going to enjoy our North Island adventures. And if you're new here, we are the Leopard family, and I'm Mike, Soph, Jade, Riley and Toby. And this is our home, which we get to park in lots of different and unique places all over the country. In this episode, we're leaving from Soph's parents and headed to the Wairarapa, starting at the remote and isolated Tora Coast. So let's get this adventure started. Good morning everybody. Well, for us it's been 2 weeks that the caravan's been parked here. We've been to Napier, we've spent some time with Soph's family, and now we're finally heading off on another adventure over to the Wairarapa coast, which is a spot we've never been to, so we're looking forward to heading over to there and having some new and different adventures, hopefully doing a bit of diving and exploring a bit of a wild, rugged coastline. So we're up early this morning. We've got to head over the Rimutaka Ranges, which is a bit of a hilly and very windy road, so we wanted to hit that road before it gets too busy. It's Sunday morning this morning, so it shouldn't be too bad, but we're about to hook up and head on out. Toby, what are we looking for? Toby's lost Larry, and I'm going to find Larry before we go. Toby had lost his little stick friend from the South Island. Well, we're not going to be saying goodbye to those folks for very long. They're coming to join us in the Wairarapa, so they'll be in the upcoming videos, but see you on Rinalpa?
Yeah. See ya.
You and me together on the open road, drop top to ceiling and away we go. No need to wait for summertime. Anywhere with you is like paradise. Feel the sun rays running through our veins. Yesterday's blues feeling miles away. Crank up the tunes on the stereo, sending good vibes here to Tokyo. Let's roll. There's no time to wait. Let's go. Yeah, we're on our way. So here's to the good times. Cheers to the good life. All we need is a little bit of sunshine and some company to feel alright. Here's to the good times.
Well, we've just pulled over and just done a little bit of a check of the caravan. We're pretty much at the bottom of the hill now, just about to come into Featherston, and I can touch all the wheels, truck and caravan, so that's really good. Did hold up a bit of traffic, you might have seen on that time lapse, but it's very reassuring to get down these kinds of hills with no issues. So carry on, go and get our groceries.
Someone just went past us and they had hot brakes and smelled so strong.
Yeah, when we're coming up and down the hill, you can smell some hot engines, and you can smell other people that are riding their brakes down the hill. I just always think it's us, but no, that's why it's nice to pull over and realise, no, it's somebody else that stinks of hot brakes. Nice to be over that mountain range. We keep the caravan water and food free when we do these big passes. It keeps our weight down, so a fill up in Featherston and a grocery shop here. With our supplies all loaded, we're continuing our journey to the coast. The last 10 kilometres or so, the road does get pretty narrow and it turns to gravel. But it just runs alongside a small stream, so no hills or difficulty, just got to keep an eye out for any oncoming traffic. Cool everybody, we have arrived. We've got into our spot here. Ocean's just over there. Just got us nice and level. But one of the things this area is known for is diving, so we're going to go for a bit of a drive and find a spot to go for a snorkel and see what we can see if we can find ourselves some paua. We'd love to get a bit of fresh seafood. Today is March the 30th, So it's still pretty warm. It's about 24 degrees today, which is lovely. This part of New Zealand is notorious for the wind, but it's actually dying down, which is good. When we got here, the ocean was just white caps, or you could see just the wind moving over on the water, but it's died down. There's no white caps now. So fingers crossed it's just going to improve while we're out here. We drove along the coastal road, which goes about 7 kilometres, looking for a safe and promising place where we could get in the water. There were a few other divers that we could see, but the seafood in this water is pretty well protected by the often strong winds and rough seas along this coast. The wind's whipping up. Toby, are you ready?
Yeah,
What are you going to get?
some power.
Hopefully. Our first and our second dives along this coast weren't as good as I was expecting. It was a lot of work to find something, but later in this video we definitely found some amazing spots. We just needed to keep exploring.
We went out for a dive and we got 4 power, so that's pretty good in here. So we're pretty happy with that, and yeah, we'll probably sort them out when we get back to the caravan.
Driving back along this coastline, we were blown away with how beautiful and peaceful it was here. Felt like we'd hit the jackpot with this isolated place, the 60-kilometre drive back to the road to head in any other direction.
Don't be scared of having dreams. There's beauty in the simple things. Don't be scared of giving yourself away. So gather round, let's eat and drink. Toasted things our whole hearts mean. I'm not scared of giving myself away.
Pretty stoked to have been able to get out and get some power today. It was they were in way closer. There was nothing out further. We went out to a couple of meters of depth of water, but there was nothing right in close, so that's good. We've got a feed of power for tonight, so we'll look forward to eating that.
Just making sure they're all the right size before we boil them.
To protect the power stocks, power must be 125 millimeters in length, and this gives them a couple of years of breeding cycle. They generally take like 5 years to get to harvestable size, and it's a good idea to get a power knife, as this protects them, because if you remove them from the rocks and they're too small, and if they get cut they will bleed to death. So we give ours a quick boil before eating, which helps to tenderize them. Well, it's turned out to be such a beautiful evening. The wind has completely died. There's not even a breeze now. We're just cooking up some of these powers. We'll show you some power chips. So I just dipped them in a bit of self-raising flour with some smoked paprika and a bit of white pepper. Yum. Just loved the way the shadows were forming on the hill as the sun was going down.
We're gonna go drive down the road a bit to have a look at the shipwreck. shipwreck of the SS Orpua, which grounded in 1926 because it got mistaken by the lights of Tora for Wellington, so it accidentally came here instead and sunk. That's not very good. Here's the shipwreck. There's some little power in this rock pool, I'll show you. Just in there.
Alright, we've got to our spot. Toby, tell us about your idea.
I've got these socks on. I was trying to find some gloves so that when I try to get the crabs they won't pinch me. So yeah.
No fancy gear around here, just a wetsuit. I don't even have a weight belt, so it's quite hard sometimes to stay close to the bottom, but still we can manage to get a feed. Me and Toby have moved to a different spot. Look how far from the water we are. And look.
There's even a kinner
Where's the kinner?
just in there. See that down there?
Nah. It's a bit under, but man, we're like way out of the water, so hopefully this spot's a bit better for us. Show us, what did you... Oh my goodness, Toby. You caught that with your hands, with your socks, eh?
Yeah.
Your gloves work? Did they work?
Really? Yeah. There.
That's a funny starfish, eh?
Yeah.
Look at these types.
What?
This is the only time I've ever seen power out of the water. It was a bit of a walk to the spot, but well worth exploring the coastline to see. I guess a reminder of what the coast used to look like a long time ago. Massive, as big as your head. So you got another one?
I got another one.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Gotta have a... This is not what you use to get power off.
Yeah, that is not a power tool. Just show us it.
Not a power tool.
We'll take that with us, bud. Well, I don't know if you'd call that diving. It was more just gathering. It was very, very easy and fun. It's weird, eh? Sometimes you just go out a little bit further and there's just nothing. They like being in close. There was a lot not even in the water. So pretty happy that we got to get another food, some delicacy power that we'll enjoy eating over the next couple of days.
Look. I got 2 of these.
Oh, was he pinching you?
Look,
Crab stones. Oh, he's a decent crab, isn't he?
And I caught him. I got 2.
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
Tell us, Tobes.
Here's the things we got.
Some power, some crabs. Got her. So that's our haul today. So pretty stoked with that. Was more like a gathering than a dive, but it was really cool to see such a healthy fishery and to be able to still get wet and have a look around and see lots of cool seafood life. Plus we get the benefit of eating some of it today. So yum. We'll catch up with you later.
I'm gonna try eating at one of the crabs I got.
Steam is hot today, bud, so be careful with the steam.
Nice. Got quite a bit of meat in there.
Get rid of all that black stuff. Alright, let's go.
Good.
Is it? Actual.
Tastes like crayfish.
Get some more then. Get into it. So our wireless nation internet is really good here. It's super fast. It's like one of the fastest internets we've had, which is often the case. Sometimes you're out in these remote areas and there's no one else drawing off the bandwidth or the internet speed, so you pretty much get most of it for yourself. Sometimes we can struggle a bit when we're in the cities, but out here, internet's fast. Good morning everybody. It's a bit grey and gloomy out there today. It's our last day. We're leaving today, planning to head to Naui, which is on the southern coast. Not sure what our forecast is going to be like there, but I'm going to put the drone up. The sea's got a bit rough too. Looks quite dramatic out there. Morning kids.
Morning.
All doing their schoolwork.
Yay.
8:30 in the morning, so they're all up early doing school. We'll go and chuck this drone up and have a look at the skies.
Somebody woke us up at 7:30.
Who? Coffee. Alright team, we'll sign off here. You're allowed to camp here for 21 days, which is such a long time. Some of the freedom camping rules around New Zealand make no sense to me. There's just a couple of places you can park along this section of the coast, but then they let you stay for 21 days. So I don't know how that all works, but good spot, beautiful, nice and quiet. Apparently at Christmas, like most places, it's manic out here. Lots of people coming out to go diving, but when it's the off season, it's really good, eh? It's just a nice, quiet little wild spot. So we'll catch up with you later. It's worth noting that this place is known as one of the windiest in New Zealand, which we experienced in an upcoming video. It can absolutely howl through here, making camping, diving, and being outside a horrific experience. But anyway, always check the weather forecast. We'll see you next time.